All right, players, welcome to session 2 of our Seahorse indoor soccer training series. Last time we talked about dribbling. We talked a little bit about the difference between futsal, playing indoors, and the outdoor game. And we gave you a challenge. I hope you posted your score for the challenge. If not, get on board today when we do another challenge. So right now, Coach Daniel is going to come and he's going to talk to us a little bit more about the difference between soccer outdoor and soccer indoor.
We're going to talk about a different piece of equipment, the soccer ball. When we're playing futsal, we use a different ball than we would in outdoor. If you notice, these are both size 3 balls, and in my right hand here, this is a futsal ball versus our outdoor soccer ball here in my left. With Coach Bill, he has a futsal ball in his right hand and a regular soccer ball in his left. If you notice, the futsal ball is slightly smaller than the regular soccer ball. Not only that, if you were able to hold these balls, you would be able to see that the futsal ball is a little bit heavier. So now watch. One of the soccer balls bounces less than the other one. So we're going to, on the count of 3, drop the balls, and I want you to notice which one bounces higher. Ready? 3, 2, 1. If you notice, the futsal ball bounced way less than the soccer ball. This allows us playing on the hardwood floor to control the ball a little bit better than we would an outdoor ball, because when we're playing outside and we play on grass, a ball can't bounce quite as much as it would here on hardwood. So this allows us to keep the ball closer to our feet, keep control of the ball while we're playing on this hardwood court. Our skill this week is going to be a continuation from dribbling last week. So we've talked about we play futsal on a hard court with a different ball, meaning that there's a lot less space on a futsal court versus a big soccer field. So that requires a player to move the ball in a lot of really small, tight spaces. So maybe there's times where traditional dribbling using the inside of your foot, your laces or the outside of your foot won't work. So this week we're going to talk about sole dribbling, using the bottom of our foot to move the soccer ball. So I want you to find some space around your house and find a soccer ball. You're going to put your right foot on top of the ball, and we're going to practice just by using the bottom of our foot to drag the ball across our body to our left. So we're going to drag across and stop. Now we can use our left foot facing the same direction. You're going to drag across your body and stop. So let's try that one more time. With our right foot, we're going to drag, roll, using the bottom of our foot. Stop, and go back. So now let's try the same thing, but instead of moving side to side, we're going to move front and back. So stand behind your soccer ball. We're going to start by going backwards first. Just using the bottom of our foot, we're going to alternate, pulling the ball toward us. Now we're going to go forward, using just the bottom of our foot, pushing the ball in the opposite direction. So let's try one more time. We're going to go backwards and then forwards. Ready? Go. And back. So if you notice, when we're doing sole dribbling, we can keep the ball closer to us, keep the ball away from defenders. So that's something I want you to begin working on while you're at home preparing for the upcoming futsal season.
Hey everybody, welcome back. Last time we introduced you to the fruit of the Spirit, and we're going to continue on that theme today. Let's read the verse again. This is Galatians 5, 22, 23. But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. And so today, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about the first of these fruits, and it's called love. And we're going to talk about what that means. Now, we hear that term all the time. You know, we hear people saying, oh, I love soccer, I love skateboarding, I love chocolate chip ice cream, I love my mom and dad, I love cats, you know, I love Star Wars. And, you know, we hear that so much, and yet, really, what does it mean? Now, when Jesus was asked what the greatest commandment was in the Bible, He answered, "It's to love God with all your heart, soul, mind, and strength, and to love your neighbor as yourself." Another time, a man asked Jesus, "Well, what does it mean to love my neighbor?" And Jesus responded with a story. He talked about a Jewish man who was on the road out in the middle of the country, and he got attacked by robbers. And they stole all his stuff, and they beat him up, and they left him for dead on the road. Well, pretty soon, another Jewish man came walking along the road, and he was a religious leader. And he looked at the man, and he saw this guy that's all beaten up and bloodied and left there. And, he just kind of looked around and went to the other side of the road and kept walking. And after that, another Jewish man came along, and he was a really important teacher. And he saw the man lying there needing help, and he did the same thing. He went to the other side of the road and kept going on his way. Well, pretty soon, a third man came by, and it wasn't a Jewish man. He was a foreigner, and he was a foreigner, and Jewish people didn't hang out with these kind of foreigners. But he looked at the man, saw that he needed help, and he stopped. And he helped to clean up the man's wounds, put the man on his own donkey, brought him to the nearest hotel, and took care of him. And the next morning, he had to go on because he's going on for his business. And so he left some money with the manager of the hotel. And he said, "Please take care of this guy. And when I come back through, I'll give you some more money if that wasn't enough." So when Paul was talking about love as being part of the fruit of the Spirit, this is the kind of love that he's talking about. The willingness to give someone something that costs us a lot and not to expect anything in return. A lot of times when we talk about love, we say, "Oh, I love something because we want to have it." And in the Bible talks about loving as giving, not as receiving. And so when this man gives of himself and of his money and of his time without expecting anything in return, that's the picture of love as the fruit of the Spirit. Now, maybe you thought, okay, well, maybe he was just doing that because he thought the Jewish man would give him a big reward. But it doesn't say that, in the story, and we don't know what happens when he came back and, what the interaction was. The point Jesus is trying to make with this story is that this is someone who's willing to give to his neighbor and to sacrifice, whether his neighbor even appreciates it or not. When we have the fruit of the Spirit in our lives, we'll want to do good things for people. We'll want to give and to help others without even considering what it's going to cost us or even whether or not the people appreciate it or are thankful for it. On the soccer field or in the gym with your team, love means giving everything you have to help your team and not caring about who gets the MVP award or who gets all the applause or who scores the winning goal. It means just giving everything we have for those around us and not caring, not expecting anything back. And especially when during this time when everybody's stuck at home, there's a lot of opportunities to be able to show love to your family and even your friends that don't get to hang around with. And we want to know what some of those things are that you're doing to show love to your family and your friends during this time. You can tell us, you can leave comments when you give your challenge score on the website. And speaking of challenge scores, we're going to go back to Coach Daniel, and he's going to give us the challenge of the day. So we'll see you next time.
All right, Coach Lily's back with us now today for our skills challenge. So we're going to continue working on soul dribbling, and we're going to do a challenge that incorporates us touching the soccer ball using the bottom of our foot. So Coach Lily is going to show us toe taps. So watch, she uses the bottom of her foot and lightly taps the top of the soccer ball. Nice. So, just like last week, I want you to find a soccer ball, find some space, and find a timer. Set that timer for 30 seconds. And I want you to see how many toe taps you can get within that time. Let us know how you did.